I'm Rob and you're watching How to Van Life. This video is not our normal how-to vid. This is more a video just of some ideas on for those who are trying to build a functional camper on a budget. We sold our van and our highest, and we bought a bigger van, but unfortunately the bigger van needs a bit more work than expected. So in the interim we needed another van, but we had to do it on a budget. Challenge accepted. Right, first you've got to do is get a van. Now don't be hell-bent on buying a specific sort of van. Just buy a van that's big enough to suit your needs and is mechanically sound. Now the less popular and the more unattractive vans, they're cheaper, but that doesn't make them a shit van. And let's face it, you can make it what you want anyway. So that's an easy way of maybe picking up a good van. Go for the less popular or the less attractive. We ended up with this one here. It's a 97 Toyota Tarago, or what some people like to call them, a Wombat. We picked this up for $900. It needed a bit of work. I think we spent another $400 on it to get it into shape. So yeah, that's a reasonably cheap van. Right, firstly we'll start on the outside here. We've got roof racks, a roof basket and an awning. The roof racks and the roof basket come from the tip shop for 20 bucks, and the awning we got off Facebook Marketplace for 50. Now the awning, the roof racks and the roof basket are not necessarily essential. It depends on how much stuff you want to lug around with you. But I'd say an awning is essential, and you should always mount your awning over your side opening door, so that when it's raining and it's hot, you can still have your door open and the rain doesn't come into your van. So I'd recommend an awning and roof racks and roof basket if you've got a lot of stuff to carry around. Right, here's our simple fly screens we've come up with for the van here. We've got two that go on the two front windows, so you have your two front windows down, and all this is a bit of shade cloth folded in half and stitched up. It just slides on the window like that. Got a little, see that, you want to come in here, Nikki? Nikki's the cameraman today. Little lap that hangs over there, and a little lap that hangs over there. Close your door, one on both sides to get air through. And around the back here, come with me, Nikki. We've also got one on the back here, so that basically just hooks on one side of the tailgate. Bring it in here, bring it in. Hooks on that side of the tailgate. There's a strap that goes across, hooks on the other side of the tailgate, and it just hangs down in there. The curtains sort of hold it in place a bit. So that's a simple way of, simple and effective, has worked quite well for us. Simple and effective way of getting fly screens on your van. Right, another thing you need on your van, especially in a van like this, it's got windows all around, you need curtains for your privacy. Now, rather than putting a curtain on every window, in this one we've just gone curtain that goes down, one curtain each down the side and two curtains across the back. So there's less work and less material in doing it like that. So, and these curtains, there's just some nice curtains that Nikki showed up. Bought the material new, it was about 40 bucks. And the curtain wire that just stretches goes from here through to the back, same on the other side. That curtain just goes all the way across. Right, so here's our simple version of the bed that folds into the couch trick. Right, so firstly we pull that up like so, and we've got cupboards under the bed, as you can see. And then we pop that up. Pull him up and push him back like that, and that locks into position, and there's your couch. Right, so I'll show you how it locks into place. It's just a piece cut out there, that's just a bit of timber with another timber on top, and that's a bit of wood in there, and that just locks into place like so, so that it doesn't slip forward when you're sitting on it. And then it's got another one the same here. It just locks it into place when it's in the bed position. Well, so most of the timber in this fit out has come from a few old cupboards that we, two of them we got for nothing, and one we bought on Facebook for $20, and a few other bits and pieces. There's a bit of ply for the base of the bed and all that. But I'll come around the back here. You can sort of see a bit more. This is probably the only piece of timber, this table here. Actually, I'll bring you in on this table a bit. This table, undo that pad bolt. That also, this thing here holds the table up and also holds the slide-out cooker in place. Anyway, like I was saying, this bit of wood for the table is probably the only brand new piece of wood in the whole van. Now, like I was saying about cupboards, if you can pick up old cupboards around the place, there's many benefits to it. So that's all. This is off one cupboard. This is another cupboard. This was a bedside table. There's some more timber under the bed, in cupboards under the bed that come from this cupboard as well. But the good benefit of making a fit out of old cupboards, using old cupboards, one, you can normally get them for nothing, and two, they come with all sorts of hardware bits and pieces that you can use in your fit out, like handles and knobs and latches and, you know, drawer runners, things like that. So yeah, that's all good. I know what I'm going to run you through now is what I consider to be the essentials for a functional camper van. So at night you need light. Here we've got, rather than putting in a number of different lights, what we've done here is put in a light that can be used inside the van and outside the van. So that's just the one light that can be used when you're out here cooking and whatever, and then you just take it back inside over the bed, and it's a cool looking light. So another thing I think is essential, because vans do get hot when the sun comes up in the morning, and I like to sleep in, is a little 12 volt oscillating fan. Keep you cool. Switch it to oscillate. Come on. There we go. And there we go, that keeps everybody cool. Right, now, next essential piece is a cooker. This is just a single cooker, which I think is plenty. We've been cooking on these little butane cookers on and off now for many years, and after a while you get to learn how to cook a full meal just on the one burner. It's fine art. Right, the next essential piece is the fridge. You got to have a fridge. I don't really need to explain why you need a fridge, but so you don't have to have an esky, I guess. I'm going to tell you some facts about my fridge. This is a 30 litre brass monkey fridge. It works well. It does everything you'd expect a fridge to do. It even freezes stuff. We paid $300 for this fridge, brand new. We've had it for over a year. 9 months of that year, it's pretty much been running continuously. It's done about 10,000 Ks bouncing around in the back of this van. I've found it to be economical as far as power goes. It'll run all night without running your battery flat. And it's still working as good as it was when we first bought it. I'm currently working on a series of videos that will explain how to set up an auxiliary battery and solar charging and charging from your car, and how to wire up all your accessories. So I won't go into a great deal of detail about that now. But an auxiliary battery is something you definitely need. Right, now pretty much everything in this van was recycled or second-hand, few new bits and pieces. And if you want to go new, that's fine. If you're on a budget, well then you can always pick up the bits and pieces you need pretty cheap. One other thing I will mention is to make sure you've got USB charging points. And if you come in here, Nicky, you'll see in there's a USB charging point on that charge controller. And another piece here is a 240 volt inverter, which has also got a USB charging point on it as well. a USB, an inverter is not an essential piece, but if you've got things that charge off 240, then you'll probably want one. Now, whether you're using new or used materials, there's one thing I strongly recommend, that you buy a brand new battery, brand new auxiliary battery. Don't buy a second-hand auxiliary battery. You don't know how old it is, you don't know how it's been treated. And don't buy batteries online. Only buy a good quality, brand known battery. So there it is, a few ideas for a basic but functional van fit out. And as I said earlier, I'm currently working on a series of how-to vids for setting up your own auxiliary battery and your own solar charging system, and how to wire in safely your accessories. So if you're building a van or renovating a van, subscribe to our channel for an ongoing source of how-to vids and other interesting bits and pieces. So for now, happy van lifing.